Welcome to another edition of E Factor. We're in lovely Ojai, California, bringing you another edition of that which is excellent, that which is second to none, where we discover process and those who are doing extraordinary things in art, music, and life. Um, I'm delighted today because I've known this woman. Actually, I met her through another friend of mine, and there was always something kind of, I won't say odd, but just off the beaten path a little bit. Just a delightful person, but there was that thing. She had a thing that I wanted to discover. And just here of late, I contacted her and asked if she would sit with us and just discuss the amazing art and the amazing life that she has created here in Ojai, California. Please help me welcome Barbara Fritsche. Hello,
Hi.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. Thanks for allowing us to be here.
It's absolutely my pleasure.
So a lot of people don't understand how you become the person that you are. A lot of times, young people especially think that things happen overnight. That all of a sudden you're born and then you're in your 20s and you do certain things and you become a millionaire and then you just live happily ever after and things just happen and not realizing that there's this journey that takes place most of the time, this amazing journey that teaches you about life and gives you your life. So let's talk about your journey.
You know, it's interesting to me because I know Picasso spent many, many years studying to become what he became, but he said he also spent 20 years trying to become a child again. And through my years, now 50-ish plus, starting my gallery, something very new, a dream I had 18 years ago, which brought me the name Palette. I have had this opportunity to show my work, share it with others, to be able to bring that in this town of Ojai, which is all artists, which is sort of a good place, a beautiful place to be, up and coming place. And it's interesting when you say out of the box or unusual or different type person. It's always a child in me, always a big part of me to always just be very much just who I am, and that's always been a big part of me, is to just live my life. And it's like I'm on this mission. It's like I'm already knowing what to do, and being self-taught, it's something that I've always just had a direction. And a big part of it, I think, with young people now is to, be an example, which I just seem to be, because a lot of young people come to me all the time and come and visit and hang out and come back and talk, is to just be this child and to be able to explore and be willing to be out of the box and not to be afraid of creating your dream.
Yes.
Something that this is what I've done here. I opened this gallery 2 years ago, and it was something that is almost every single thing that I did just already had its direction, already, had something. It's like a work in progress that's been going on for a very long time.
Wow.
And it's been very exciting because to have young people come in and talk to me and be a part. I have a very young gal, 18. I met her when she was 16 years old. I just ordered an 8-foot canvas for her because she's just so excited, and she just has become someone that I've gotten to know through, just being here. And she's worked with me and shared, her dreams with me. And then there's others that are this age and come, and it says something to me, because it's nice to be able to show someone young who can feel really close to someone who's older, who's doing very much what they would dream or want to be, and they just feel like they want to know me.
Right.
And it's a gift for me. It's just something that I value so much, because that's everything I do. It's creating from the heart. It's creating from just a sense that just comes. It's hard to really explain what it is. It's where it comes from. you know, and how does it come out? You know, it just
Well,
does.
let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it for a minute. Let's examine it. So, were you born in California?
Yes.
You were born whereabouts?
Actually, Ventura.
Ventura, really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. So
The stork got screwed up. You see, it was headed to the East Coast, and it just couldn't get the sack off its claw. And it kept going, and it landed here.
That's funny. That's funny. So,
Yeah.
are your parents artists?
My mother was. My mother was an artist.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
What kind?
Well, she always said that she was a great copy artist, but she wasn't really someone that had an imagination that could come up with things.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can teach a person anything technical, but you can't teach imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so amazing because my mother was born in Khartoum, Sudan, and schooled in Cairo, Egypt, and came to this country when she was 16. And she was just a different person, I think, after she got married, because her paintings changed. But I have 3 of her pieces here in the gallery. There's a needlepoint that she did when she was 7 years old in the convent. And they actually belonged to my sister, but when I opened the gallery, she asked me if I'd put them here, and I said I'd love to. And there's a self-portrait of my mother in the bathroom. That's her.
Okay.
And then there's a little small still life that she also did. So she never got to see this because she passed away just before I opened the gallery.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So she wasn't able to see this. So this would have been, because a large part of the opportunity to open this was something that she gave me because of a trust she really wanted her kids to have something.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was really important. And it seems like the European lifestyle, their concern for their children is very geared to wanting to give their children things, buy them things to help them in their future, with their life as they grow up or become, adults and so on. And she helped me create this. So this is a huge, kind of a, what's the word? Tribute to her, tribute to Mom in many ways. And that Still Life of the Apples was a piece that I took to her house when she was ill. And the caregiver took her out of her room and sat her down, and I was told by another friend, don't show it to her, she'll shred you, she'll give you all this grief about it. And I said, no, I'm going to bring this to her, I want her to see this. Mm-hmm. And so when she looked at it, and the caregiver says, oh, you painted all these, and she says, shh. And she looked at it, she goes, not like this. And then she looked at me and she goes, you made it, didn't you?
Wow.
I was like,
and it blew you away.
Well, whether we really realize it or not, there's cultural things, but the world all across the board is all about acceptance. Mm-hmm. It really is. It's being accepted, whether it's by your family, by your friends, by whomever. It is more. It's not cultural. We use that a lot, but I believe it's just about all across the board, our lives, and no matter how brilliant or how strong or how rich you are, it's about acceptance.
So did you have that acceptance and that room to step outside and be out of the box when you were growing up?
It's interesting. Being self-taught, I've had to have this strength within myself of believing in what I am, who I am, irregardless of anything that ever happened. And having my mother, who was extremely tough, she helped carve me to be that, because she was my toughest audience. She was my toughest audience, and I think that, give credit where credit's due. And I acknowledge her for those very things. I think she was extremely tough on me, and she helped. I was either going to sink or swim.
Right.
And I chose to swim.